Equestrias Mirage Chapter 8 by yours truly, Dream of Youth. We all have dreams, my little ponies. Dreams of youth. Puzzleforth lay on the grass within the dream for a few moments, giving her body a chance to reorient itself. A small groan, she slowly lifted her head, only to be face to face with her energetic pink pony. Morning, Blossoming! Pinky squealed before bouncing away. Pinky, how did you recover so quickly? Blossomforth shyly asked, getting up. Almost as she didn't hear the question, the pink mare began to hop away. Okay, so now the question is, where's Twilight? Pinky, are you brighter? The white Pegasus asked, getting up slowly looking at Pinky. Pinky looked down at her brighter body. Oh my gosh, you're right! And looking new! She added, pointing to her friend's brighter coat. But why? Blossomforth asked. Simple, Blossy. Pinky giggled as she hopped away. You remember your best childhood memories with a brighter shine. As Blossomforth began to think of what the pink mare said, a small smile came to her, and nodded in agreement. With a few flaps of her wings, she took to the sky in order to catch up with the little pink mare. Together, the two mares walked through the park of Carolot. How are we going to find Twilight in all of this? Blossomforth asked, watching all the ponies walk by her. If I were Twilight, where would I hide? Pinky asked herself as she ran from Dream Rock to Dream Tree into Pony. The faster she ran, the more the pink pony turned into a bright pink purr. But if this is the princess's youth, why are we near a library or a... Here she is! Pinkie Pie squealed, standing on top of Blossomforth's head and pointing her hoof at the small filly sitting under a tree. Looking ahead, Blossomforth saw a small purple filly looking with a book in front of her. Though lacking a pair of wings and a cutie mark, it was not difficult for the white Pegasus to identify the small purple unicorn as Twilight Sparkle. A smile came across her face as she looked on at the filly. Great, but why is she all alone? Pinky hopped off the head of Blossomforth and put her hoof to her chin and thought, well, this is before she met us. Maybe Cadence isn't here yet? Oh, okay. Blossomforth nodded, a soft smile crossing her lips. She smiled even brighter when the pink unicorn flew above Twilight's head and covered her eyes. Guess who, Twilight? Cadence giggled as she smiled. Cadence! Shouted Twilight, before turning around to hug her full sir. Blossomforth giggled and smiled at the scene, before turning to look at Pinkie Pie. How do you think we're going to get Twilight out of this dream? We can't interact with her directly, so we can't convince her to get out of this dream. Pinkie Pie looked at the young filly, playing with her full sir. She stared and smiled as several plans began to churn and boil to her head. Then jumped up in excitement. I'm going! What is... Nothing I can explain! Pinkie Pie said, grabbing Blossomforth by the shoulders and staring straight in her eyes. Just keep an eye on Twilight for me and I'll be right back. But how... Before Blossomforth completed her sentence, the pink blur raced off into the distance, shouting, I'll find you! Blossomforth raised her hoof, attempting to stop the pink pony from running away. She then lowered her head and hoof in defeat, as the pony disappeared to the distance, and turned to look at the purple filly in her full sir. She suckled contentedly as she watched the two play and talked with one another. The little thickie speaking about every single book she read that day. Peaceful, isn't it? Trixie said, her dream nose appearing next to Blossomforth. The white mare jumped back a little. Trixie, but... Trixie is able to keep in contact with each of you for a moment, so you can use it to make sure that you're all making excellent progress on getting Twilight's mind back. The blue unicorn looked around Blossomforth with a raised eyebrow. Where is the pink maniac? Gone. She does that. Trixie is sorry that the Blossomforth interrupted with a shake her head. Oh no, it's alright. It's one of the things I like about her. Her songs, peppiness, and just the bridal optimism are what get me going in the morning. I can't help but love her for it all, being able to bring such happiness to every pony. Then with a turn of her head, the white Pegasus looked at Twilight with Cadence. Kind of what the pink filly needs right now. Her, but she has a family and a caretaker. Not real friends like Pinky and the others. Just those few. It's kind of sad to think about it. She doesn't realize what type of friends she has now. No wonder she needed the lesson. Bosso's Force said, walking behind Twilight. This class is why I look at those comments that say that if Twilight had shining armor and cadence beforehand, that she didn't need to learn the lesson of friendship as total malarkey. I had my little brother for all my life, but I still needed to make real friends outside of my family. There are many different types of friends out there, you know. Hate to tell you guys this, but that's life. Trixie sighed. Maybe you're right. And with that, the mare was about to dissipate when she heard voices. Wow, Grandpa, that was the most amazing magic shows I ever saw, said a small unicorn filly as he ran around the Earth Point stallion. The blue Earth Point gave a flick of his mane and a confident smile to his granddaughter. Of course! Was there any doubt?
Well, I'm going to be a great magician and wizard as you are someday. As a matter of fact, even better, they will all be amazed at the great and powerful Beatrix of the Moon!
The young filly shouted to the chuckles of the stallion. Trixie watched the scene before her and sighed. A happy and hopeful childhood. Maybe I needed some pony like Pinky or Blossoforth to keep that filly in. She looked down her head and sighed. Still haven't achieved that dream. But maybe one day. Blossoforth turned to watch Trixie fade away. What was that? Oh. She said, lower your head, turned away to continue her flight behind the two ponies to Twilight's house. Once there, she was quickly grabbed by a pair of pink hooves.
There you are!
Pinky whispered, looking into Blossoforth's eyes.
I got what I needed. Are the targets in the house?
Well, yes, what?
Good. Now, we just need to get Jane Cadence out of the house, and then our little plane could begin properly!
Chuckled the pink mare, rubbing her hose together. Why do I have a feeling this is going to be me and Izzy from now on when I ride her? But how are we going to do that? Asked Blossoforth, looking in the window at Twilight and Cadence playing together. Almost as if to answer her, a royal guard came to the door and knocked on it. Outside the house, Blossoforth watched as Cadence walked away from her charge and to the guard to have a conversation. Then, watched as the pink alicorn touched Twilight before leaving the house. Wait, I couldn't hear. Why was he leaving?
Oh, Princess Celestia wanted to have a few words with her. She should be gone for...
Pinky looked at a hoof-drawn Watsar led to her hoof.
About a few hours. She get plenty of time for the plan to kick in.
What plan?
Just watch.
Pinky giggled, taking the Pegasus by the hoof and opening it just a wedge from the outside. She laid her head closer for her and Blossoforth to listen in.
Cadence is back,
Twilight said with a big smile, walking towards the door and opening it with her magic. Then she jumped back at the sight of a little pink filly with her frizzy pink mane. Squeaked the little filly as she walked into the house and passed Twilight before she could ask questions.
Oh my gosh, I'm so glad to have found you. If Pinky was right, and I think it was, then you need a party and tons of friends. Stop!
And with that, she ran to the house and began to set up balloons to decorate the house.
Party? Behind?
She was interrupted by a series of hard knocks on the door. As the door opened, it revealed an orange pony with a blonde mane and a series of freckles dotting her face.
Well, hell there. My name's Applejack, and I'm here for the party. Now, don't you worry about catering. I'll just use Larry's in the kitchen. I've been having plenty of practice making meals for whenever Ma got her weird cravings,
Applejack said, pushing past Twilight into the kitchen. The confused purple filly raised her hood to say something else, only to be interrupted by a series of fast knocks on the door. Turning to open it, she was taken in by the sight of a bright blue Pegasus flying in the air.
Hey, my name's Rainbow Dash, and this is...
The blue Pegasus stopped talking and looked to her side, letting out a groan of frustration.
Excuse me, will ya?
What on earth? Twilight asked before closing the door. No sooner had she done so than another series of knocks came from the door, these being a little daintier than the others. As the door opened, a white unicorn filly looked in and smiled.
Oh my, so this is what I feel the house looks like. Oh, just beautiful as I imagine it would be.
she said, stepping in.
I hope you forget my boldness for stepping in, but I had to see this place. No problem at all,
Twilight said, looking confused and still on her face.
Oh, where are my manners?
Rarity asked, stopping midway through the door.
My name is Rarity Bell, but you may call me Rarity.
A pleasure, Twilight said, sinking her Rarity's hoof. The purple-maned unicorn then walked to the house.
Not much for the interior decor, but I could work with it. Oh, maybe I could.
The young purple unicorn cocked her head in curiosity. I was about to say something to the unicorn's presence, only to be interrupted by the fluttering of wings.
Sorry about that,
the Siren Mare said, bringing along a yellow Pegasus behind her.
Fluttershy here wanted to run right back home. It's okay, Fluttershy, she's a friend. You don't have to worry. Come on, say hi.
The Pegasus said in a tone that could be barely called a whisper.
Hi,
Twilight says. Rainbow Dash and her friend walked into the house. For a few moments, the little filly stood there. Once again, the 5 girls began to get themselves settled in and mingle in with the group. Her face held a look of weirdness, mixed with unfamiliar feeling that was blossoming in her heart.
Excuse me.
Pinkie Pie was the first to turn and look at Twilight.
Yes, darling?
Just what are y'all doing here?
Well, this bigger fish than me,
was my elder sister.
came over to my rock farm and told me that Polly was all alone today and needed a friend. So I came by to make sure you weren't lonely and all sad because you didn't have any friends to play with.
Pinkie smiled to bring over to Applejack and hug her.
Then she took to these girls and asked them to come over with me.
She kind of shocked me, but when she decided that y'all needed some Polly, I just had to join her. She nodding. Eleanor tipped her head. Death smirked.
There is no way I was going to leave Polly all by herself. Especially if it meant that Fluttershy could get out of her house once in a while. Of course, dear, I jumped into town to see her counted on home up close.
The white unicorn smiled as he put out some cushions for them to sit on.
But I didn't. That is I...
Look, Sugar Cave, we're just here to provide company, not trying to impose on you. Want us to leave? We will, Applejack said, looking at Twilight with comforting eyes. Twilight looked into the soft green eyes in the mirror before her, then to the 4 ponies behind Applejack. Her expression changed from one of confusion to irritation to one of calm serenity. No, stay. I can use the company. Bossleforth let out a gasp and saw the scene before her. But how did you...
This is her dream, silly,
giggled Pinkie.
She's going to dream us as happy foals and close to what she thinks of her friends as possible.
But how will this help her? Asked the Pegasus.
What's in it till you sell?
Pinkie said, bringing up popcorn from inside her maid. Turning around to watch the scene in the house play, Bossleforth began to see something appear in the unicorn's face. Something he knows was missing from Twilight when they first met her.
Wait, is that... So, I flew into a triple spin, then boom! Tripped everybody up!
Death smirked.
Fine, but is racing all you think about?
Rarity asked.
Heck no, sometimes you think about being awesome!
Death grinned. Twilight Rainbow Dash smiled. Well, I could show you some books. I think I see it. Bossleforth whispered. She began to smile as the ponies began to move on to singing together, telling each other about their families.
Oh, the mother is expecting. Oh, how wonderful. I just became a big sister myself recently. Maybe I can help.
Rarity said, smiling. It's there, glowing, but I could see it.
Okay, Fluttershy. Boo!
Pinkie giggled as Fluttershy held a small leaf to her lips and began to blow. Hell Pegasus loud gasp as she blew some music from her leaf.
Oh, wow. Thank you, Pinkie.
Her happiness, her smile. It's becoming brighter, Bossleforth cheered. Enthusiastically, Pinkie Pie nodded and continued to watch, smiling softly as her friend began to grow a small fire in her heart. The fire of friendship that would slowly grow brighter, and a true smile came to her. A smile that comes not just from family, but the smile that one finds when you find true friends. The friends who will stand by you even in the darkest of times. So it went. Amidst the singing, dancing, and storytelling, did the fires of friendship grow brighter between the 6 close friends. 6 ponies, from different sides of Equestria, found deep bonds of friendship that would last forever, and memories that will last among them forever. However, as with all things, the evening and the party came to an end.
Sorry about this, guys, but I gotta be moving out. Paul's waiting for me. Yeah, me too,
Dash said, nodding and taking Fluttershy by the hoof.
Wait, guys,
Twilight said to the quintet as they were heading for the door, raising a hoof to stop them. You'll come back, right? This won't be the last time we see each other, right? Of course not, Circle Cube. Applejack said, walking to Twilight. As he placed a hoof on the purple unicorn's shoulder, Applejack seemed to grow older, her body turning to the adult mare of Twilight's memories. Just because we say goodbye doesn't mean we'll leave forever.
I suppose.
Rarity smiled, her body too becoming older. I could convince Mother and Father to come up sometime. Dad sighed, her ears drooping a little as she and Fluttershy became older in front of Twilight's eyes. Me and Fluttershy have got another week back at flight camp, but I think we could come here next week.
I would like to see you again.
Fluttershy smiled as he spoke. Pinkie Pie, now an adult mare, smiled as fast as she could and wrapped her forelegs around the 5 girls.
Hey, let's call this a promise we'll see each other again.
Right. We'll see each other again, Twilight whispered before whispering, I promise. She then pulled back and watched the tears as 5 girls walked out the door. As he sat there watching them leaving, the world began to fade away to blackness, leaving only her and a plus of Pinkie and Blossomforth. Pinkie, what's with the plussies? Blossomforth asked, holding hers in the air. Pinkie Pie turned to look at her Pegasus friend.
We can't interact with Twilight directly, remember? This is to help us interact with her.
But when did you have time to make them? Asked Blossomforth, eyebrow arts.
Oh, I mean while we were watching the girls have fun. You had to do something for us for your hours while my playing worked.
Pinkie giggled as he held her doll up. Pinkie, you are... Blossomforth began before chuckling. One of the most hopeful, happy, and energetic ponies I've ever met. You always think outside the box to make others happy. Thank you. And this is why Pinkie killed Conquest. Kind of hard to take this little girl out.
It's what I do.
Pinkie smiled. The conversation was interrupted by a deep sigh for Twilight Sparkle. It was so easier back then, she said, her adult voice coming from her small filly body. I didn't have 2 giant targets on my back, and no pony wanted me just because I was the princess's personal student. I didn't have to keep pushing myself in order to prove my worth to my friends, family, and the mare who was like a mother to me. No pony was expecting me to be perfect and be able to do everything. I wasn't so scared that one mistake would make every pony hate me, and the princess would take everything away from me. And Philly began to storm around the black void, throwing her arms in the air. Didn't have the weight of the world on my shoulders, and was expected to solve every pony's problems. I was just... me. Twilight finished, laying out a sigh. Blossomforth nodded, the doll mimicking her movements. I know how it feels. Everything seems clean and pure when you're a foal. I can remember when I was just a little filly and I got my cutie mark. I thought I could always show off my flowers and raise my little garden piece, but then reality set in and I grew up. Blossomforth sighed and went down. Her smile remained. Had to make sure I made a profit, got the right materials for keeping my plants alive, making sure I had enough money to eat. Pinkie nodded, her plushie nodded as well.
Adulthood has a way of sneaking up on you. One moment you're a little filly having the time of your life, and next, boom! A whole bunch of responsibility falls on you.
The pink pony looked at the surprised looks from her 2 friends.
What? I know all about responsibility. I'm not that stupid. I'm just a fool at heart, really.
And this is how I write Pinkie Pie so well.
I keep all my youthful energy inside me. All the memories and happiness of being a fool deep in my heart. That makes and helps make all the harsh dust all easier. Sure, I love the fullest things like parties and pranks, but that keeps my optimism up and helps make others happy too.
Twilight sighed and looked away. It's just, I wish I could be like this forever. Pinkie's plus self put a hoof on Twilight's shoulder.
But Twilight, if you don't grow up, you'll never be able to do all the fun adult things. You'll never learn new stuff, and...
She then looked ahead of Twilight at the images of the 5 mares and a dragon.
You'll never get to meet your friends. Do you really want to leave them for this?
Twilight looked at the 5 mares and the dragon before her, sniffed, before narrowing her eyes to determination. Getting up, she found her body changing from a foal into an adult, and then into her alicorn form. You're right, Pinky. Growing up is hard, but the rewards at the end are definitely worth it. As long as I keep the child within me happy and my friends by me, I can handle becoming an adult again. You can't stay in the past forever. As he finished, he turned to face the two foreign ponies. I'm ready to go back. Thank you, Pinky, and blossom forth, Twilight. The Pegasus said with a bow. Blossom forth. Thank you. Twilight said with a smile. And with that, her dream self turned to a small star and flew to the hose of Pinkie Pie.